Hi there, it's Kaya from kajcyika.crafts, and today we will make this cute card featuring Jane's doodles stamps, and I will also show you how to stretch your stamps and make more out of it. Let's do it! As you can see, I decided that I want to have a square card, that's why I have prepared this square card base, and I also cut down this square piece of paper where I will do this stitching detail. I will use the die from fawn that does this beautiful stitching detail. You will see how it cuts in a moment. It's not actually a cut since it doesn't cut through, but you know what I mean. So as you can see, I will help myself with that panel that I have in the background with the grid to line everything up, so I will have these lines straight. I will do 3 at one side and then I will move to the other side and do exactly the same. Now I wanted to have the middle marked down, that's why you saw me made this line in the middle, and then I will just add one more line of stitching in every side. So now that will be the last one and you can see how our panel looks like now. Now we have to make this background for our scene, so I will use my Zigs and Derwent watercolor paper to make it. This one is color beige, and you can see that I apply it directly to my paper and that you can see the lines. If this bothers you, just apply your marker to the palette or somewhere and then apply the color you want on your paper. But this is actually the look I was going for because I wanted to add some structure this way, and I think that these lines actually gives that effect of actual sky or actual ground. I hope that you understand what I'm talking about. For me it just looks better this way because it's a bit boring if you just have plain background. So this is how it will look like, but I will just blend it out a bit more, and for even more interest I will use my white acrylic paint and I will make some little splatters. Why? You won't be really able to see it, but in real life it makes a difference. We already moved on to our critters. These ones are from the Jane's Doodles set called Monster Squad, and I will just use one of the bigger ones and 2 small ones. And I will just start coloring. First I will use this color that's called mid green and I will color in the big one. You want to make sure that you blend everything good, of course, and that you make shadows and everything that I'm telling you all the time. But I want to also mention that if you want that effect, you may wanna build the color, because when you're working with water, you can easily overblend it and you don't get the shadows you want. And if you wait for color to be dry and that the paper doesn't have the water on it, you will do a bit better and you will get these shadows that we are all going for. So I already moved to my smallest monster, and here I'm using brown color of Zig marker, and as you can see I will go back to my big monster and I will just add some more shadows on his mouth because I want that depth to be seen really good. That's actually it for the coloring. I will just go ahead and cut my panel down to the circle. I will use MFT pierced circles and we will move on right away. So as you can see, I will take this set called His Rising, and here comes that part when we stretch our stamps. This is actually one stamp, but I only want the banner, and I will just mask it off and I will stamp it on my Derwent paper, and you can see that it's not perfect, but it's fine because I will fussy cut it later and you won't be able to see that lines. And here I have another trick for you how to manipulate your stamps in the shape you want. Just help yourself with some acetate because the stamp will stick on it and you won't have any trouble manipulating it on the shape you want. So I just used this sentiment called Sending Smiles, that's from the set Monster Squad, and you will see me now just fussy cut it directly on the line because I really don't want these lines to show. And I will just finish it off with this black marker, and you will see that I'm doing it really quickly. That's why I even went outside the lines or outside the border, but that isn't any problem because I was on the background side that no one will see. I'm a bit more careful now when I'm applying the marker on the direct side of my sentiment. So as you can see, I decided that I want that brown paper in my background, and I will just glue everything down with my double-sided tape, and this is how everything comes together. I will just glue my panel down, and because I have so many layers, I didn't want to pop everything up. Maybe if I would do it again, I would pop up this circle, but not anything else. So I'm just thinking right now that I need something else there. So that's why I added these clouds from memory box that I already had die cutted. You didn't see me do that, but just use your die and your die cutting machine and you will get these beautiful clouds. I will glue them down again with my double-sided tape, and I will use 3 of them because the odd numbers really give you better result with the positioning, because your eyes are more drawn to the odd number shapes, or how to put it. So I will now pop up my sentiment and I will apply it here inside or in between the clouds. And I decided that I want this brown monster to be a bit in the background. That's why I just took my double-sided tape and put it directly behind him. And these two will be popped up a bit, so I just use my foam squares and put it behind them. And here you can see that I didn't put enough of them, and I will just add them, and that's it. Hope that you enjoyed this card tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and tell me how you stretch your stamps. So that's it for today. Have a nice day. Bye bye!